I've been in these situations where people just say no to me, and I've always wondered why. So anytime I give any type of judgment, I try to say why and try to give constructive criticism on top of that. So thank you for receiving that, and I appreciate you guys so much, for real.
The announcement of the Big Pun series, so many questions loom, like what network is it going to be on? Who really is going to be involved? Are they really getting stories from everyone, or is it just going to be from Liza Rio's perspective? Will Pun be painted in a good light? But the biggest question is, will Fat Joe have any involvement? And if not, how can you tell the Big Pun story without Joe? Many fans wonder if Liza and Joe can put differences aside just for this project. Whack 100 has the answer, including other details. Man, roll a clip.
Whack, do you foresee those two families, reuniting or like mending whatever problems they had?
Nah, that ain't gonna happen. The mom, the wife too gangster. When she ready to do that, she ready to do that. And if you don't take that opportunity then, she ain't gonna acknowledge it later on because you see something's going on. She ain't gonna f with you. That wife remind me of my mama. Straight up. She too real. Some of the stories she telling, I be like, woman, I wish you wouldn't have told that goddamn story. Goddamn. Could have kept that shit to yourself. She like, whack is what it is. Whack is what it is. I'm telling the good, the bad, and ugly on all sides. Pun fans, they got to get ready to see the bad side. They gonna see the bad side of me, the disloyal, the bullshit I did. Bullshit he did is what it is. This is what it is.
Hey, that's gonna make it take off 2 more. You're gonna get all sides.
Right.
It's sugar-coated.
The drama's gonna sell it, right?
Yeah, but it's not sugar-coated. You're getting all angles. That's gonna make it move even more.
She's telling shit that she did out that I bet I'd have took to the grave. She like, nah, it's what it is, Whack. It's the truth. Like, she just real.
So there you have it. I don't think we're going to see that peace treaty anytime soon, not even for this project. Too much has happened on both sides that it can't be laid to rest. It's completely understandable, but it makes you wonder if the project will be as good as it could be if all parties were involved. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this, man. Put your thoughts down in the comments and make sure you like and subscribe and stay connected with Panda Chop News.
Right, so I tell the 5 minutes I catch the kid, I'll tell him nothing but the truth. Your father loved you. He was a good man. He was I think whatever a real brother would say, right? So now, 2 weeks later, his wife was suing me, right? Remember, she was suing me. By the way, she never got $1 from me. Like, I never stole from her. I never did. I don't want to go down that road, right? But when I go to the court 2 weeks later, it says, hello, people who really want to be in the Bonchinche and want to know something. It says that I bumped into his son and I threatened him in federal court of a lawsuit. Her lawyer says, yo, he saw his son, he threatened him. I never told this kid nothing but that we love him, that if it would have been any other way, he would have called me uncle, we would have been there, unfortunately. I showed him nothing but love. Like, I did the most loving thing you could do in the world. And in court, 2 weeks later, it said that I threatened him. So now, guys, I can't go in that direction you guys want, because the one time I did talk, it turned into a movie. It's nothing I can do. It's nothing I can do. And so, they need to understand that I have tried above and beyond to just make that, I never wanted to talk like that because I didn't want people to really be all in the bit. I didn't want to talk shit like that. You understand what I'm saying?
I want to ask you a question, not to shift, but I want to ask you an exclusive behind the bar question. I don't mean to say behind the bar because he didn't ask me to say that, but I'm asking you behind the bar. There was a recent tribute for your father, and you guys were not there.
Mm-hmm.
So, can you tell us a little bit about that? You don't have to say nothing. You guys were not there.
No, normally I would say stuff, but recently, I came out with a post that anything regarding Terror Squad, my father, Joe, anything in that situation, I'm no longer answering questions in that world because it seems, and this is just my perspective and it's also my experience, every time I open my mouth to even speak, whether it's bad, whether it's good, and I never say anything bad. I've always been humble in my approach, and even when I'm telling my story and my experiences, if it has anything to do with my father or anything like that, I get massive backlash. I get a lot of love, but I get massive backlash, especially behind the scenes
Thank you.
and industry wise. So it gets difficult to talk about it because no matter what I say in this situation, some people are going to agree or some people's going to look down upon it. It's going to cause more, issues. And these, so I respect the question. I appreciate it, but there's no way for me to answer this without getting death threats, without getting, and not from the parties involved, but there's just people who make fake accounts and they just come at me all day and my family and all this shit. And it's like shit I deal with behind the scenes of just even ever speaking about this. And so if it's up to me, I just want to speak about Chris Rivers, what I got going on. Anytime I try to speak about shit that I rightfully should be able to speak about, it just creates problems. So
And guess
it is what it is. So
Thank you for saying that. You said enough. I didn't mean. I almost feel bad for
no,
asking
it's all
question,
enough.
but
I explain in interviews. I always get asked questions like this, and I
no,
always try to
no, this
answer
is
it.
not an
And I
interview.
did
This
it
is
for the
not an
last
interview.
no, of course. But for the last 15 years, I always answered it. But for the last about I think 1 year, I've been saying it like no, there's no more questions like this I'm answering
Yeah,
because no matter what I
I'm
say,
sorry.
like I say,
I'm
it just
sorry.
turns
Yes,
around and
I almost
But
wish
I
I didn't ask
appreciate
the
it.
question. But
No,
if you
it's
notice,
love.
I
It's love.
said you moved away from that shadow. Remember, I said I
Yeah, that's a
appreciate what
fact.
you're doing
I
because
hold on, Larry,
I
Larry.
appreciate your hustle. And I just felt
Love.
like because you were here, I wanted to ask that question. But I
I
That's
try to be
respect
as
fine
you.
with me.
constructive as I can, and I know I've been
Respect
in
that.
these situations. Yeah, I've been in these situations where people just say no to me, and I've always wondered why. So anytime I give any type of judgment, I try to say why and try to give constructive criticism on top of that. So thank you for receiving that, and I appreciate you guys so much, for real.
Fat Joe was throwing shots at Chris Rivers and his family. We're gonna break it down. We're gonna have fun with it. Let's go.
First thing is, God bless my brother, the one and only Big Pun. He got a block named after him today, Fordham Road. If you've never been to the Bronx, that is a hell of an accomplishment. Big Pun Plaza on Fordham Road and the Grand Concourse. I was watching. I was tuned in. My prayers is up for Pun. Everybody on this side of Terror Squad, prayers is up for Big Pun. I seen Khaled on the notes. All of us praying for him.
Notice how he says, and I'm gonna pause the video throughout the video because I really want to break it down. Notice how he, says, prayers up for Big Pun. Correct me if I'm wrong, but usually when somebody passes away, especially if it's been over 20 years ago, you usually give condolences or prayers. I'll keep the family in my prayers of your loss and everything like that. So it's automatically, kind of like a sly shot that he's throwing at by not acknowledging the family, because Big Pun, I'm sorry, Fat Joe and the Pun family has been, going through different beefs or whatever you want to call it for the past over 20 years. So pay attention to how he acknowledges it, says rest in peace, condolences to Big Pun. In my personal opinion, that statement doesn't even really make sense, but I could be wrong.
Everybody on this side of Terror Squad, prayers is up for Big Pun. I seen Khaled on the notes. All of us praying for him. And so if you don't have good things to say about somebody, I'd rather you not say it. So me, I could not go over there because there were people over there that I just ain't feeling. And I ain't never gonna feel.
All right, so he says he couldn't attend the Big Pun unveiling of Big Pun Plaza because there's people who he doesn't feel, who he's never going to feel. But so he's talking about people from Terror Squad like Cuban Link and also the family of Big Pun. He doesn't want to be in the same area as those people.
And so I started out with rapping. I made my first millions of dollars. I never thought I would make millions of dollars. I would have 50 guys with me. We all had the same Cadillac truck. We all had chains. Everybody go to jail. I bail them out. I pay for the lawyer. I this, that. One time I sat all 50 of them together. We was at the Ritz-Carlton in Puerto Rico. We flew there on 2 private planes. I'm the only one with money. So I'm sitting there one day, I can't sleep. And I'm looking up at the ceiling. I said, you know what? Call everybody. So all 50 of the guys come, and I say, yo, listen, man, ain't the same, I ain't got it. Out of the 50 guys that was there, only 6 of them said, yo, if you dead broke, I'll be with you, man, no matter what, every day.
That's crazy,
Those
bro.
are the 6 guys that's still with me now.
Yeah. Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So God let me, he always give you, it's always a lesson. So God put that in my head and said, yo, try these dudes, man. See if they really with you. They wasn't really with me. You know what I'm saying? And those be the same guys that go back like cancer to the hood.
Mm-hmm.
He don't give a fuck. He don't this, he that.
For something that would happen, I reached out to my people, my team. They pushed the button and they greenlit the project. So there's definitely a Big Pun series coming.
You gotta put it, just looked out for New York and got the Big Pun deal done. With New York was blocking that lady. Y'all had her homeless and stuff. Nobody had no.
Oh, hold on. You talking about his baby mother?
Oh, my mama just did her deal.
Yeah. Damn, you don't fuck over a lot of people. A lot of people gonna be upset.
I just did Elijah's deal. It's locked and cocked. It's done.
Man, you better. You said you cool with
nigga. Fat Joe been blocking everybody.
You said you cool with Pistol Pete from Terror Squad.
I'm cool with Pistol Pete and Joe. I call Joe right now. He know.
You know they don't fuck with them people. That's what I'm saying.
It don't matter. That's that man's wife and his children, bro. That's that man's story. Stop blocking them and let them people. The people was homeless. What kind of niggas you is? That man is dead, bro. You robbed him for $4 million already. I seen the work. $4 million you never gave his wife and kids. None of his 30% cut. $1.2 million should have went to his wife and kids. They was homeless in a homeless shelter. When you New York niggas gonna stand for what's right.
I think a lot of people don't know the details of that shit. Like, you a businessman, so you gotta explain it to people.
What I do know is,
just look out for New York and Jim Jones. Let's say Jim Jones was signed to Fat Joe and Jim Jones died, right? Jim Jones' contract say 70-30, right? Fat Joe. Every $1 million come in, $300,000 go to Jim Jones. When Jim Jones died, he got his wife, he got his kids. That ain't for Fat Joe to keep the money, am I right or wrong? You look up and his wife and kids, a homeless shelter, you won't give them a dime. And you still won't call it right or wrong?
That's a fact.
What we talk? So then she come to a LA, a Cali, a Valley, and say, "Whack, this is my problem. They block me. The building want to do it, but they say they don't want to be doing the relationship with Fat Joe. Hold on, get on the phone. If they tried to call in, they say, hey, Whack 100 called this deal in. So you talking it up with Whack. Our relationship with Whack is impeccable. We doing a deal because Whack told us to do the deal. They ain't the deal. The woman start crying, bro. 4 years they've been blocking me, Whack. The whole New York didn't want to help me. I had to come out here to California, and you, the one they say, don't like New York, don't fuck with people, in 48 hours made my deal happen. Man, you
I just want to kill the narrative. I just want it was some type of issue with Whack and Big Pun, and Whack and Fat Joe behind Big Pun. Fat Joe ain't never mentioned to me he got an issue with Pun or issue with nobody. And as far as I'm concerned, he want to see Pun win and his family win.
Fat Joe been blocking everybody.
I just want to kill the narrative. Let's kill that narrative. Fat Joe, a friend of mine.
Man, you think you should touch that, man? Cause have you spoke to Fat Joe about it? Cause I would speak to Fat Joe.
I speak to Fat Joe about shit. I spoke to the son, the daughters, and the wife. Who is Fat Joe when it comes to the daughter, the sons, and the wife, bro? Think about your family. You dead. You're dead. Your wife and kids sitting here, and every building they go into, Fat Joe is blocked because of his influence. They broke, bro. He getting the money and won't give her cut. She can't fight him in court. So finally, somebody took the case pro bono and did a forensics investigation on the finances and saw $4 million came in. 30% should have went to this lady. and he kept the money. How you think she ended up with the catalog and the rights? When the judge seen that, he said you got two options. Pay the woman her money and start planning what comes, or turn it over and sign off. He didn't want to pay her the million and some change. He turned over the catalog. They not telling y'all this?
He might be out here. Let's kill that narrative. Fat Joe, a friend of mine.
It's obvious she got. When Fat Joe said I gave her $1 million, when Fat Joe said I gave her $1 million, they said provide the proof. He couldn't. They gave you 90 days to bring it. If I tell you I gave somebody $1 million, it's gonna be in my wires. It's gonna be a check or something, bro.
But I don't know, man. I can't really comment on that, man.
I know y'all don't never like commenting.
I don't know, because I don't know the business. You telling me the business of the situation.
I'm telling you what it is.
Yeah, so that's that, man. That's foul. Big Pun is a legend. Where I'm from, I met Big Pun when I was 10 years old.
But now you is mad because I'm making sure.
Nah, man. I think you forget it.
West up. Big Pun series coming soon.
Oh, and if that wasn't enough,
so y'all tell me what y'all situation is on this, man. Y'all think Wack was wild for this? Do you think, you feel me, Fat Joe put some actual pressure? Because based on the evidence, it looked like the man is flip-flopping. I ain't got no ends in this, you feel me? I ain't trying to start nothing, instigating nothing, but I know what my ears heard. I heard a man going in protecting a man's wife, and then I heard a man on another video, the same man, flip-flopping his choice of words and completely saying the complete opposite. So
yo, listen, a lot going on about this Big Pun situation. Wack standing up to Fat Joe. I've never had a conversation with Fat Joe about Big Pun and business of Big Pun or nothing like that. Last time I seen Fat Joe, we was at Prime 112, 25 deep, and he covered the whole bill. You know, that's Game's friend. He been my friend. Shout out to Cool and Drake. So whatever was going on prior to, I wasn't privy to that knowledge. What I do know is Big Pun's wife came to see me, Liza, told me she was looking for a situation that would be healthy for her. You know, Big Pun, I feel like it's part of the culture. Like, it's Big Pun. His story needs to be told. You know what I mean? So what I did do was line up a situation that was healthy for her, something that would happen. I reached out to my people, my team. They pushed the button and they greenlit the project. So there's definitely a Big Pun series coming. I just want to kill the narrative like it was some type of issue with Wack and Big Pun, and Wack and Fat Joe behind Big Pun. Fat Joe ain't never mentioned to me he got an issue with Pun or issue with nobody. And you know, as far as I'm concerned, he want to see Pun win and his family win. You know, the Fat Joe I know. So let's kill that narrative. Fat Joe's a friend of mine. Shit, he might be out here. Fat Joe on Roll Aloud? He might be on motherfucking Roll Aloud. I'll run into him out here somewhere. But nevertheless, long story short, let's kill the narrative that Wack stood up to Fat Joe. Shout out to Fat Joe, the whole KAR family, my nigga over there. You know, they know who I'm talking to. You know what I mean? It ain't that type of situation. Y'all kill that bullshit. West up. Big Pun series coming soon.